A guy who was present as Nima Bakari, a security expert, published his investigation series. He seemed suspicious that there was no version of Satoshi on the network. He immediately realized that someone was trying to hide those files because it seemed that they found the clutches that compromised Satoshi. Thanks to his cunning, Nima was able to get those versions from the total archive. Learning the previous versions, he tried one interesting method. Nima wanted to learn some information about the computer on which the files were created, and, honestly, I was very difficult to figure out in these complex technical details to make sure of their reliability. I contacted Nima and he helped me figure it out. Now I will help you. When you compile the source code files in the completed file, the compiler creates a unique track of your computer in the completed files, which are different for each computer, and the more complete file will be different if you use different compilers. Therefore, after getting the digital print of Satoshi Nakamoto, Nima began to look for the entire internet of the files with the same digital print. He checked hundreds of files of various candidates for the role of Satoshi. He was not lucky until he met up with the video bar. Looking at him, he went to the Hashcash site and downloaded the files from there. He saw the files comparison. Here it is. He finally found the similar digital print made on the same computer. Look for yourself. It's hard to call a coincidence. And nevertheless, if you are deeply exploring the C++ and how the GCC compiler works, please check this information. All the necessary links will be in the description under the video. Nima found important evidence. I believe that Adam Beck is the creator of Bitcoin, and he didn't disappear anywhere. He always moved from Nima to his own personality, and continues to improve Bitcoin through the Blockstreet company, in which he hired the leading Bitcoin developers, hiding in Evrion's site. I am convinced that all the leading Blockstream developers know who they are working for, otherwise why did they go there? Different questions are also falling off, like financing. The puzzle is perfectly folding, everything is just standing in its place. To turn everything around and still remain anonymous in Evrion's site, and continue to improve Bitcoin is just crazy. Adam Beck once again confirmed that he was just a genius. I hope you are also crazy, but to be honest, we have not assembled a full picture, because there is another Xiaoqiasi sticking out of this story. The same files of the previous versions of Bitcoin allow us to understand that Gavin Anderson lied about when he joined the development of Bitcoin. He stated that he first learned about Bitcoin from the internet article on May 24, 2010. This is the end of the video, but in the files of his collection they say that in reality he worked with Bitcoin at least since 2009. Perhaps Gavin was familiar with Adam Beck before the Bitcoin launch, and perhaps they worked together. Remember how much surprisingly strongly the texts of Satoshi Gavin coincided. It is quite possible that some of the texts of Satoshi wrote Gavin Anderson, so I would call him a few percent of Satoshi Nakamoto. And it is very sorry that their paths with Adam have spread. It turned out to be an interesting paradox. We thought that to find out who is behind the pseudonym of Satoshi Nakamoto is equal to find out who created Bitcoin. But here we seem to know who created Bitcoin, but we still do not know whether Satoshi Nakamoto is one person or several. It turned out that these are two different questions. In version 0319, Satoshi Nakamoto previously refused to authorize the rights to Bitcoin, making the license open. So although Adam Beck continues to influence Bitcoin, in reality Bitcoin can be considered a common distance from all people. Well, one secret in the internet has become less, which means it's time to put a like to this video. I would like to say a lot more interesting about Bitcoin, which simply did not fit in this video. Perhaps I will somehow shoot another part, or I will make shorts on the channel. Write in the comments how you find it more convenient. That's all for today. See you soon. Bye.